Hello, welcome back. I said I wouldn't do any more today, that I wasn't feeling it. But I decided I need to push through. Realistically, I need to just push through this, keep going. Ah, crap. So that's what I'm going to do. And I think what will help is talk about stuff I'm actually interested in. So I kind of commented before in a previous episode how I'm going to stick to certain topics based on which game I'm playing. So for Horizon, I said I was going to stick to anime. For this, I'm going to stick to games. However, I don't have much to talk about as far as games. There was just a sublime burn dust in there. Yes, I don't have as much to talk about with games as I do with anime. So, I think it's just easier if I... Oh yeah, I went through this area and killed everything. By the way, I decided to get out of the way. I decided to kill everything. There is a quick way over here from like... Also, you should probably kill those. I believe they drop some... If you kill them, like all of them, then when you go back to the vendor who sells you armor, he'll sell you this butterfly armor, which whenever you jump from like a high place, it will like slowly descend you down instead of you falling straight down. So this is where we came from. Came over here, and then before we ducked down there, and there was the invasion. I killed Forlorn. There was also a big dude here. Killed him. I decided it will be quicker to start the episode off like this. Just kill everything beforehand. Ignore this dude, he runs back and forth, he's weird. Now then, there are two ways to go. I need to go that way, really. In fact, is there two ways to go, or does that lead... No, there is two ways to go. I need to go that way to get to the chariot. But I also need to go this way to get to this, but I need to get the key first. Okay, so let's go do that. So I'm not going to stick to certain topics for certain games. I'm just going to stick to talk about what comes in to mind. There are a few exceptions, like with Bleach. I have been sticking to talking with that. I've been sticking to talking about that with Horizon. So Bleach will probably still be Horizon related, since I don't want to just change up the entire topic. I don't want to switch games, so people have to move between them. Granted, I would like it if people watched both of the series, but I'm not going to force them to. They may like one of the games and not like the other. Dark Souls 2 is rather old at this point, whereas Horizon is very new. Granted, I do understand that being rather slow with my uploads. I know a lot of creators have already finished playing it, and they're already done uploading. I am not as well scheduled as many of them, so I'm still going. Don't you... Rowena! You give Rowena a bad name. She was amazing in freaking Supernatural. I need to watch Supernatural again. It was so good. I only watched it for the first time like a year ago, and then I rewatched it like twice after that. All 15 seasons. I love that series a lot. It's really good. And it's why it had such a big following. I do wish I'd watched it beforehand when I was in college, since there was someone in college who loved it and I just never gave it a chance during that time. So I could have talked to them about it if I'd given it a chance before now. But you know, things happen. Can't really change them now, so I don't mind. Hello, you. Yeah, I never understand what happens with this dude. He fights like a... So you meet a dude later who wants you to kill people, and I think the two of them can fight if you set it up right, but I'm really bad with NPC quests, specifically in Dark Souls 2. I am the worst with it. It's easily my worst. So, since I'm not going to be like keeping to certain topics, I can talk about whatever I want, which granted was the way I should have done it in the first place. It was stupid to try to restrict it, because it just left me kind of stuck on what to say. You saw last episode if you watched it. I didn't know what to say. I was very empty-headed, I guess is the best way to put it. It was very hard to deal with, honestly, because I didn't know what to talk about and I didn't know what to focus on. I need to kill the dude before that one comes back. Where is he? There you are. Don't even think about it. Oh yeah, I think I have to kill you again for you to die. You don't just instantly die when the Necromancer does. There we go. Now you're dying. Just die! Yeah, so I've been reading Chainsaw Man. I'm up to volume 4. I was thinking I was wrong about the volume I need to get to in order to stay ahead of the anime. I was thinking I needed to double the amount of volumes I needed to read. But no, I just need to read 24 chapters, since typically it's 2 chapters per episode, in most anime at least. I might take a gander at the manga to see where the chapters are specifically, since I think episode 1 was just the first chapter. I'm pretty sure Denji turning into the chainsaw was just chapter 1. Well, I just read volume 4, and it was really good. I can't believe what happened in it though. Like, wow. That was... wow. No you don't. These dudes love ambushes. Like, if we go back to the area before, I'll show you where they set one up that you need to be wary of, since it's really tricky. I need to stop using these. I need to use my Estus flasks. It's kind of hard to do that when I'm again close to a boss though. Yeah, I need to go this way in order to unlock the damn thing. Yeah, Necromancer, run. He's casting spells. Don't want to get that. So, Denji. Do I want to spoil the new chapter? Not new. It's not a new chapter. It's just a volume I've read. They're way ahead in the volumes. The last one I saw, which was the newest one I saw, which was 11. So I'm really far behind. Slow progress, I guess. I need to catch up. I prefer to catch up before the anime gets to that point. But just based on where the manga is, the show will definitely stop. And I will definitely get time to get ahead. So I'm not too worried about doing it too fast, you know what I mean? I'm not going to spoil what happens, since if it is going 2 volumes at a time, they will get to volume 4. And it will leave off likely somewhere where volume 4 ended, based on just what happens where it ended. Ooh. What I can talk about though is, now I can't talk about Black Clover either, since I talk about the new chapters and I don't want to spoil it. Oh dear lord, no! Oh, this is bad. I'm trying to keep up with things, but I'm trying not to spoil anything either, since a lot of these things are coming out for the first time. I do want to watch Blue Lock, but I want to wait until that gets dubbed. Since I don't care too much about it, it's a sports anime, it sounds interesting from all the reviews I've heard. So I'm definitely going to watch it. And no, it's not soccer, it's football. Just to be clear. Get it right. Yes, I think that's all these dudes taken care of. Now time to fight a boss. So what can I talk about if not Chainsaw Man or Black Clover or Bleach? Because I'm still reading the Fullbring arc. In fact, I can talk about Bleach. So I'm reading the Fullbring arc. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned that before. Since I have box set number 3, which consists of the Fullbring arc, and then it goes into 1000 Year Blood Wars, like in the same box set. So I decided to just read the Fullbring arc, despite having already watched it before 1000 Year Blood War came out. These dudes are going to be a problem. See, typically the Skeleton Lords don't last long enough to be a problem. In fact, they shouldn't even last long enough here to be a problem. Seriously, just slightly out of my range. The problem, I have so little health. Come here, Bonesaw! Oh, come here. Right, that's you taken care of. Is that all of the Bonesaws taken care of? I hope so. Come hither, Bonesaw. Yeah! Okay, there we go. If it was like... So if the anime hadn't have been coming out for Chainsaw Man, since it's volume 4 and there's like over 10 volumes out, I would have talked about it. Since the manga, well, the anime is coming out, I feel like it's best not to talk about it, since they'll probably get to that point in the anime and don't want to spoil it for people who are interested. Because it is really good. It's just, you know what to talk about when I say this, when I've read it. Loads of anime protagonists have the kind of goals that Denji has. However, Denji actually achieves them, which is so funny, considering typically it's the kind of things that would be in like a rom-com or romance or something like that. And yet he's in a shonen and he's beating the romance people to these goals. It's really funny. And I do appreciate it, since most of the time they don't reach those kind of goals. Like, they set the goals for themselves, but they don't reach them, and it takes like an entire series to get to that point. Whereas Denji, he's in there, he gets it. He works hard. These dudes are the best use of a long weapon. I guess like a giant axe or a giant sword or even a whip would work best with these guys. I need to try a whip one with these. And again, the whips aren't too strong in these games. Yeah, I think there's only 2 left. I can't remember what boss comes after this, because I know we need to go this way. I just can't remember where it goes specifically. Yeah, I think that's all of them. Skeleton Lord's dead and gone. Very nice. Skeleton Lord's soul. No idea what we'd use that for. I can't go that way because that was blocked off. As far as interesting characters, lost one of them in the volume 4. It's not a spoiler because you have no idea who it is. It could be anyone. Could be introduced already. Could not be. No idea who it is. And as far as Makamoto Power is definitely more interesting to me, but Makima's is she's weird. Oh, is that a windmill? It's a windmill! Okay, awesome. Okay, we finally got to the windmills. I was wondering where you were. Freaking hiding from me all the time. Hate it. And we also get to see the prettiest lady in this game. Well, the hottest lady in this game. Hottest NPC you can talk to. Because the hottest enemy is also in this area, but you can't talk to them. They will throw fireballs at you. Don't try to converse. Here she is. God, look at this freaking hellish thing. Also, do you see an elevator back there? Because I don't. In fact, the boss room is like slightly above where that giant windmill is. It's like up there-ish. You see an elevator anywhere near there? No. Don't want to see no one talk about it. Because it's awful. It's awful level design. Yes, yes, you sell stones. I don't need stones. You do sell miracles, though. I did not know this. I don't look at the things you sell most of the time. Well, one of the lost miracles, preserved only in the undead crypt, inflicts heavy damage on mindless hollows, but has no effect on anything else. The undead crypt is a place of rest for the living. There's affected by the... Ooh. Okay. Now that is 22 souls, right? I'm not going to reach that.
I came here and said the place is... Don't just...
Yes, yes, yes.
These stones make some of
very nice, very nice. Now then, let's... don't roll in poison, by the way. You see the poison that's on me? It's slowly draining away. If you roll, it covers your entire body. And then there's basically no chance of it going away before you get inflicted with the poison. So don't roll, which is going to be very important in a couple seconds when I come back here. Because this place is poison hell. Every FromSoft needs a poison area. And this is FromSoft. This is Dark Souls 2's. So I do want to talk about Boruto a bit. So I can't watch the Boruto anime because it is like 60 to 70% filler. I'm not joking here. It's so bad. There is so much filler in it. Yes, 20. Now I got a lot more cast speed, a lot more slots. awesome. So it's really bad. Just, there is filler and then there is what Boruto is. But, luckily, I think it has some redeeming qualities. Not the actual, anime, the manga, the actual story. It has potential, I want to call it, because I don't know where the actual manga is, I don't know what it's doing. But the story itself, at least in terms of how it could be written, has potential to be really, really good. So let me explain what I mean. Boruto is about a kid who has Hinata as a mother, Naruto as a father, and Naruto being taken out of the fold. And I explained before how, well, I explained in a different video about JJK how the relationship between Sukuna and Itadori could work. And I feel like Momoshiki and Boruto could get to a similar kind of, don't want to call it relationship since it's more like a trade-off. What they could do essentially is get like a contract, a deal. Granted, it's not really something Otsutsuki's do, it's more a JJK and freaking Chainsaw Man kind of thing, contracts. Even a Hunter x Hunter thing, since hunters can have contracts with their own nen. But what I mean is the fact that we don't know Momoshiki's kind of plans. Well, at least I don't know what they are. It may have shown us in the manga what his plans are. I have no idea. So since I have no idea, what could happen is that Boruto could suggest, very kindly, or kind of hint at the fact that if the two combine their forces and work together, they could in fact take down the Otsutsukis, which, granted, Momoshiki may not like at first. However, if you entice him with a bit of power, a bit of you'll be the last Otsutsuki, you could be the strongest, there is the heavy possibility that he would go for it. I'm not saying he's power hungry because I don't know if he is, but considering the fact that he went there in order to get Kaguya, he's clearly very loyal. However, each Otsutsuki travels in order to become an Otsutsuki god by consuming worlds, by consuming the seeds from worlds. We know that he has consumed 13 of them, and yet still isn't there. So Boruto could convince him, if he is the last of the Otsutsukis, who's to say that isn't achieving godhood, because who is above him then? Granted, it's not the same, I understand he may not go for it. But if he does, they could work to like a, not symbiotic, but kind of very, they could get closer and work out a deal. In which point, he would have access to Momoshiki's power, at least for a short duration, and in return, Boruto lets Momoshiki out a bit, because right now he's trapped in him. However, there's no real need for this to happen.
Sorry, have you cared?
Yeah. Yeah. Then if you go to him with 0 souls, so you need to spend 10,000 with him. Then if you go to him with 0 souls, let's just... Wow, I aimed that perfectly. Wow, okay. Yeah, so currently there's no reason for Momoshiki to do this, since he has the upper hand. Boruto is going to turn into a worthy vessel, and Momoshiki is going to reincarnate into him if he just leaves it long enough, so he has no reason to make a deal. However, if they're able to, I'd say, seal Momoshiki within him, kind of lock him off from being able to...
In a spot up here.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
So if he's able to lock off Momoshiki, essentially make it so that he stays within Boruto, but he is unable to reincarnate, he is essentially in Kurama's situation, where it's going to be a bit different since Boruto already has a karma marking. But in this instance... Oh god, I can't believe I gave you that HUD. Awful. But in this instance, freaking the Boruto already has a karma marking, so he already has access to the power that thingy can give him. So therefore he has nothing to offer. Therefore, to get more power, he would make Momoshiki kind of make a deal with him. He would force a deal upon Momoshiki, which he wouldn't be able to deny, since if we're going along with this, he is trapped in Boruto. He is screwed, essentially. He can't leave and he can't reincarnate. Which means he's stuck there unless Boruto takes the seal away. In which case, I think they could use Orochimaru to adjust the seal. To not let him out, but let him take hold for a little bit. In order to establish a deal. Because in the original series, he put a 5 trigram seal over the 8 trigram to make it unmatching. Which made it harder for Naruto to conduct chakra and made it harder for the Nine-Tails chakra to leak out. So we know he has good knowledge of seals. So it's likely that Orochimaru could make it so that Momoshiki could come out for a little bit without fully reincarnating. Ah, damn. This place is going to be awful. I don't know. I don't have much stake in Boruto. I don't care too heavily about it. I say heavily. I barely care at all. Just that the story itself has potential, so I do want it to do well if it does meet such potential. Because it is the legacy of Naruto. Like, I love Naruto. So I want Boruto to do well. The fudge happened? You were staggered. How the hell did you have time to parry me? What? The hell? Disrespecting little... Oh yeah, I do need to go get that dude. Yeah, I need to get him and then come back here. Alright, so I should probably do that. Open the chest. I'm gonna get poisoned. Yeah, so those are my thoughts on Boruto. I feel like it has a lot of potential, especially based on just the time skip, the little shortcut that we see where apparently Naruto has gone somewhere. It could be that he's trapped somewhere. He's trapped in different dimension, different world. I would like to see the Otsutsuki's world. Say after the time skip, that's what happens. That's like, so after the time skip, that is the start of the time skip. What we saw at the start of the series, that is the very start of it. Where it's like, I will send you to where I sent the 7th Hokage. He does it. I forgot his name. I forgot. The dude sends Boruto to where he sent Naruto, which is the Otsutsuki's world. He sends them to the planet. And Boruto is about them overcoming different threats, raising higher, because we know there's a hierarchy within the Otsutsuki's, because that's who dies. The lower Otsutsuki dies whenever they go to a planet. So we know there's a hierarchy, so it could be about Boruto going up this hierarchy, making his way towards an Otsutsuki god, which is what they're all trying to get to. So like I said, I do think Boruto has a lot of potential. It's just a matter of whether they capitalize on it properly. Because I do think they will try to... Well, they're using Naruto as a home brand, so I do think they will capitalize on Boruto quite a bit. I just don't know how they're going to do it. I would like it if they went to a different world, because it would help explain the raised stakes, because once you beat Ishiki, where do you go from there? Because you have Code, who is basically just kind of like Ishiki, because he has his karma marking, so he has the same abilities, so he's basically just as strong. So where do you go above that? And there is the hottest non-NPC in the game, the freaking pyromancer ladies. Watch out for that kiss. They will blow it right in your face and it will explode you immediately. It is terrifying. Okay, they pull it out of nowhere. You think you're going to run up to them and hit them. Suddenly, they blow that freaking fireball at you. You're dead. Immediately. That is a massive explosion in which they kill you. Hello, Forlorn. Bye, Forlorn. I need to heal. Or he's gonna kill me. You can die. Oh no, that's not gonna kill her. And Forlorn's gonna kill me. Ooh. Okay, okay. We can be friends here, Forlorn. I'm a nice dude. I always do that. I always switch to the we can be friends bit. I mean, why not? You're a dude. I'm a dude. You have a big sword. I have a small mace. It's kind of similar. They're both kind of strength weapons. Then again, you are trying to kill people you don't know, so... Then again, does he know me? I don't know. I mean, I just got here. I fell into a whirlpool. I don't know if he knows me. Thank you. I spent ages trying to get the armor, like trying to farm the damn women. It was awful. Because, like, if you don't know, if you don't have the Covenant thing on that I have on the Champions thing, everything dies after you kill it 12 times. So if you kill something 12 times, it dies permanently. It doesn't come back. And I'm pretty sure I got close to killing them off permanently before I just gave up. Because it was too much effort on my part. I couldn't do it anymore. So I still need to go back and face the chariot for the time being. However, no, ignore that one. These ones are awful. But I am getting pretty good materials now. I might be able to upgrade my mace again. I guess I should focus on my chime. But it's kind of a basic chime at the moment. I want to get a better one. So I may hold off a little bit. I have been watching some videos about Demon Slayer, and I'm very interested in Demon Slayer. I'm also close. Well, no, I'm not close to collecting all of them. I only have 7 volumes at the moment. I believe there is 27 in all. I was wrong. I think I have 6 volumes, which means I need 21 more. But I think it is the only complete series of the ones I'm currently collecting. Because I'm currently collecting One Piece. No, I also have Bleach. I have that, all of it. God damn it. So I'm currently collecting One Piece, Dr. Stone, One Punch Man, though that one's slower than the others since I don't read as much. Black Clover, I've got up to volume 29. I need volume 30 and 31, which I think volume 31 is out. I know volume 30 is actually 31 as well, so I need 30 and 31. Chainsaw Man, Jujutsu Kaisen, naturally. MHA, which I'm not collecting as nearly as frequently as the others. MHA, so Jujutsu Kaisen and Chainsaw Man I'm collecting far quicker than MHA since I care more about those two than MHA currently. Mostly because I prefer their protagonist. There's a whole vigilante Deku bit which I do want to get to because that's where he seems to get interesting, for me at least. Just that one screenshot of him, you know, being a vigilante. You probably know the one I'm talking about, where he's walking down the street. Where they're talking about you never think he was a hero, stuff like that. So that's what makes a character interesting to me, the kind of growth they go through, because he's gotten a lot stronger since the start of the series. Let's talk about MJ. So Deku has got a lot stronger since the start of the series. No one's denying that. He's gone through a lot of development. I hate this place. He's gone through a lot of development and he's gotten stronger as a person. However, I don't think he knows. I don't want to call it despair, but it is despair. He doesn't know despair yet. He doesn't quite he's still very much childish in certain ways. He's grown stronger as a person, but he's very much still oblivious to how cruel the world can be. That's the way I see him, at least in the anime currently. Granted, I'm not watching season 6 yet, but up to season 5, that is how I see him. Vigilante Deku is where I feel he will start to grow in the ways I currently want him to do. So I currently want him to grow to see the corruption of the World of Heroes. Because the World of Heroes is corrupt in some areas. Just look at Endeavor, who's the #1 hero. Look at what he did to his family. Along with that, granted this is more a slight on the world building of the world, so there's more a slight on the writer, I guess, which I feel bad doing, but there should be more things in place for quirks and kids with quirks. So for people like Eri, people like Tomura, there should be things in place to help deal with stuff like that, because you never know what kind of quirk a person will have. It can be a combination of both their appearance, but it can be something entirely different. Because look at Nanoshimura's quirk, she had float, whereas Tomura had decay. So one rose you up, the other one literally turned you to ash and put you in the ground. So one went up, one went down. So since you don't know what kind of quirk someone will have, there should be more things in place for when someone awakens a quirk. Because he was left basically at the mercy of All for One. Because of the crap system that the world has dealing with children with quirks, especially dangerous quirks. I do think it is a very interesting idea, the whole quirk, I don't know what they call it specifically, but kind of like quirk apocalypse that they're going for, where quirks are getting stronger the further they go along. Like the more generations that go by, quirks are getting stronger and stronger, and eventually people just won't be able to handle them. It's the same with One for All. It's getting so strong that eventually it won't be able to be handled by others. Like currently I don't think it can be handled by anyone after Izuku if they have a quirk. If they have a quirk, I'm pretty sure it's that they can't handle One for All. If the next person Izuku passes on to has a quirk, they won't be able to handle it. They'll die really young, which quirk users of One for All already die young, but I think they'll die even younger. Their body just won't be able to handle One for All, so he'd need to pass it to someone without a quirk. But even then, that has its limits. They will eventually reach a limit as well, in which case quirks have a set limit, like a set time frame on them, which, since they're not seeming to go anywhere, it means humans have a set time frame on them. Because it's not as if they can just get rid of their quirks. They are born with them, they live with them. And eventually, 100% of humans will be born with quirks, and currently it's 80%, but that will go up. So unless they find a way to strengthen the human body to where it will be able to handle the quirks, or suppress quirks, then I don't know how they're going to survive in the future. Now, one thing I think is not explored enough is why the quirks popped up. It is supposedly human evolution, but if that's the case, then the body itself should also be evolving to adapt to deal with quirks. Like, the quirks are very personal. Some people have the same quirks, but it's still personal to them. That is what they were born with, it's part of them. But the body should have evolved with said quirk in order to be able to handle it. But the way the show is going with the quirk apocalypse thing, that's death, by the way, don't drop down there. They won't be able to handle it, and therefore quirks will destroy the future, essentially. They will destroy the users and the future itself. So I'm not quite sure where they plan to go with them. I feel like I've been talking for ages. My mouth hurts. Well, my throat specifically. I got off track a lot there. Yeah. This way. Hey, big dude. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, you're up there, aren't you? There's freaking ladies throwing fireballs somewhere up there. Can't really get to them, unfortunately. That's fine. What I'm here for is this. Where you at? There you are. I can't enter the Covenant. Ah, God. Do I need to enter the Covenant? Do I need to enter the Covenant to get some miracles? I'm gonna look into it. Oh, and I looked into the dude who disappeared in order for me to get to the Darkling. Apparently I need to speak to him in 3 different locations first. I know where the locations are. I just need to get to the damn places. Actually, I know where... Yeah, I know where all 3 of them are. I just need to get to them. Great job, dude. You injured yourself. Now I can... Yeah. Now I can just pin you down. Come on, big guy. Come on. There's another fire lady in there. Gonna throw crap at you. I may be able to end this episode with the Adjudicator. Because he's not... Ah, goddamn. Fine. I came prepared for this. God damn it. So I've said my piece on MHA. I think Deku is interesting, but he lacks... I still don't want to call it despair, but he doesn't... I just don't feel he understands how harsh the world can be. Like, I'm going to rewatch the series. Now that I'm talking about it like this, I do want to rewatch the series and make sure that I'm not getting it wrong. Because I want him to... Because I want to give him justice. I don't want to keep saying that he doesn't understand something when he might actually do it. But the way he is now, I feel like he is too optimistic and too... I want to say in love. I think he's too in love with the idea of heroism. He's too in love with heroes in general. He loves the concept, he loves saving people, he loves being there for people, he loves just helping out. But I think that blinds him to the way the hero system in the world is acting. Now granted, they do make it pretty clear cut. Heroes, villains, bad guys, good guys. It's like there's no grey room, and Izuku doesn't look for grey areas. He fights the villains, he helps the good guys. That's it. Now, that doesn't mean he isn't in depth. He is very smart, he's very intelligent. However, I need to read the manga really to see what happens, why he goes into this, why he gets away from his friends, why he leaves class, why he goes into this villainous kind of state. Granted, I do think he has reason to do so. That doesn't mean I don't want to know why he does it himself. You're not Adjudicator, sorry. I'm thinking of the Demon Souls one. Dude, actually trying to create distance with this thing is kind of terrifying. He's fat and blubbery. It's just way easier to just get in close and bully him. Because this, make no mistake, this fight is just pure straight bullying. Nah, he can't do anything. It's the covetous demon. He's like the Joker of the Soul series. Him and Pinwheel are up. Oh no, it's gonna roll. It's gonna roll. Him and Pinwheel are up there as... I forgot he did an extra roll. Just do a great heal. Don't tell me I'm gonna die to this dude. No, I need to step up. I'm being very silly. I still feel my damage is really low, like far lower than it should be. It's kind of annoying me. Huh! He destroyed me! God damn! It's fine, I need to end the episode soon, but I'll probably end it with his death. Can I... Where is... that one? See if I can upgrade, get my damage up. I really need to get some more miracles, because right now this one miracle I'm doing, it just is losing strength. And I need to get more strength in order to deal with some of the big hitters later. So I need to look into where to get some more miracles. Reinforce. Ooh. Could be a good idea. No, that's magic, so it's not faith. Yeah, yeah. Can I? No. Well, I got 2 upgrades, so maybe good enough to kill it. Where is... I do need to go there and kill the spider. There you are. I'm opening up pathways to get to a lot of bosses here. Now then, let's get going. So now that I've said my piece on MHA with Izuku being interesting, but he needs more kind of harmful acts in his life, to put it bluntly, he needs to feel despair and pain far more than he has. Because he doesn't understand, he's too enraptured in what heroes are and what they can be and what they do. Essentially, he's been looking at All Might this entire time, seeing how wonderful he is and how he saves people, and has almost been ignoring people like Endeavor, who ignore the public, well, at least used to, and only care about the reputation, about taking down villains and moving up the ranks. Because Endeavor used to only care about power, and he believed power was the way he would beat All Might. That was how he would be number 1. He just needed to get more power in order to take on more villains. I think Endeavor would be near unstoppable with One for All, honestly. Like, if you want to kill off All for One, just transfer One for All to Thingy for a few days. And then he can find a natural worthy successor. Say the two of them made a deal, All Might and Endeavor. Like, oi, you want to defeat the biggest, baddest villain there is? I'm gonna give you this power up for a few days, but then you have to agree to hand it over to, like, your son or something. Or to someone without a quirk. Because I can't give it to Izuku again, because I'm pretty sure once someone has given away One for All, they can't get it back. Like, once someone's had it, they can't have it again. Which makes sense. Yeah, this is why you're a jerk, covetous demon. You know the reason he looks so fat? Because he wanted to impress a lady. In his land, essentially. The bigger you are, the better. And he wanted to impress her, so he just kept eating and kept eating. What's even worse is the lady he was trying to woo. Because she believed to keep her beauty, to stop her from being... Because I'm pretty sure she was like, the one she was married to left her for someone younger. So to counteract this, she just kept poisoning herself to make herself more beautiful, to stay beautiful. So she just kept poisoning herself over and over and over again. Very bad. That is Increase the power of lightning attacks. Yeah. Yeah, to get all that. So I think I'll end things there. I'm going to look into where to get some more faith stuff. So I'll see you later. Like, share, subscribe, comment, all the good stuff, and goodbye.